What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with a reaction video request here. We've got I bought the cheapest tech in India. Pretty self-explanatory, of course. If you didn't know, I am a pretty big tech man. I do love my phones, my laptops, my TVs, all of that sort of intricacies. I don't even know if that's a real word or what I'm looking for, but I love all the finer details of, you know, mobiles and that sort of stuff. So this is up my alley and thought, why would we not react to it? Goes for about 40 minutes. So get your snacks, get your mum and get your dad. We're going to sit down. We're going to watch this. Subscribe if you're new. I think I already said that. And let's get into it. Let's see what the cheapest tech can find you in India and if it's worthwhile. And if you are in India, and you might get some decent suggestions from this. Let's have a look. Let's do it. Come on.
I'm in India. We're about to buy
Original link in the description, of course.
My hands on. And then we're going to test it. We're going to find out just how cheap we can.
All right. Is that volume good?
Great Indian tech can be if you have the money to spend.
We'll go a bit louder.
With this guy.
चलिए शुरू करते हैं. We are right now in Asia's biggest computer market. It's a hub for all the gadget lovers.
Now,
Yeah, that's me.
Anticipate
I'd be here.
Number of Indian fans who are just as keen to see what we'd find. But look at this crowd. This is crazy. And with this army, it was time to shop.
With this army.
How cheap we can get a speaker. Boat was the one you were telling me about, isn't it? The speaker.
Yeah.
We're trying to establish if this is a real or a fake. So this is $16 basically. This actually seems like a very high quality speaker for that price.
Seems pretty sturdy.
Party speaker. You're right. We have AirPods Pro 2 here.
Yeah.
That's upside down, so that's not real.
Come on.
Yo! No, hold on. I'm not going to do much pausing in this video at all because it goes for a bit. But if you're going to at least try and sell some fake, at least have it up, not upside down. No! You've lost a sale.
Chromecast. Yeah, you can absolutely tell.
I have a doubt.
You have a radar.
I have doubts.
That's perfect. This place is absolutely mind-blowing. It's an Apple Watch Ultra. Apple Watch Ultra. Look at the authenticity
It looks good.
of the fake. It's even got real Apple screws. The fakes have got better.
Yeah.
Right now, at this moment, there are about 100 people outside the store.
This is the one. Apple won't give you more than a single strap for free, and that too is a very basic one.
Right.
Here, you're getting 7 straps.
Meanwhile, in India,
Yeah,
So
facts.
now it's $25. Let's see how low we can go.
so I think we should try that power bank over there. It looks like a knockoff version of one we have. Another thing you notice they do a lot here is they unbox everything live right in front of you, so you can tell that
It's a live unboxing.
It has a built-in torch as well.
What?
It's pretty interesting.
That's
This
cool.
one has every
Yo, that's
Also
cool.
in the back.
and the repairing of the bag within like an 8-meter length. They have some very authentic looking Apple cases in the corner. So a normal Apple case would cost you $50.
So 500 pounds worth of stash.
Oh my god. Look at this. Look at that. It's all
Yeah.
Apple. It's got the Apple font. It's almost like a fake peel sticker.
That's awesome.
Be very curious how cheap we can get this.
Yeah.
$1.50. That's how cheap. They've got a dual wireless microphone system. When I shop back home, a price is a price.
Yeah.
When a company tells you, it's not the case here.
No, so sometimes it is, to be honest, but not every week.
$99 for everything we bought in this shop. So Gaurav is saying it's twice the price it should be. He's trying to get it halved.
Yeah.
It's a good haul. We're just getting started.
Mission accomplished. Part 1. Part 2 is here.
Street market time. So this is where we get the real bargains. Kitna? So he's suggesting $3 for this.
Is speaker?
Gucci,
Interesting thing.
Louis Vuitton, Adidas,
North Face.
Now it's on different phones, but sometimes you'd have a single case with all the logos on one case. I've seen that as well.
No, show me.
Maximization.
I need to see that.
That's how you pay.
Yeah, that's how you pay. Everyone's using a smartphone. Everyone has good speeds of data.
Yeah,
Everyone has a
bet that.
digital bank account, and that's how the real life is. So India right now does the most amount of digital transactions globally.
That's crazy.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That is pretty cool, but just comment down below what phone you use right now. I have an iPhone 11. I've had one for like the last 3.5 years, and honestly, I need an upgrade soon, but you know, like it's obviously things are quite expensive nowadays, so you can't just do that. But comment down below what phone you're using. Oppo, Samsung, Android, Apple, all of the phone brands, you know, a little, you know, flip phone. Let me know.
Cases for anything but the iPhone and Samsungs. You see a Vivo, I assume that's like a Realme, there's an Oppo.
Realme,
Yeah, everything. You can actually buy in India fake Casetify cases.
Casetify.
Rip-off of a rip-off. How good a speaker can sound that costs like a couple of dollars. I just realized, look, they've got a Series 9 watch with the gesture. The gestures barely work on the real watch.
These two.
2000. Yeah, that's pretty good. we'll do that.
$7?
QR code allows anyone to pay anytime with their phone.
It has a speaker. It will confirm the payment so that he knows that I have paid.
Oh,
That is such a good system.
yo.
India. I want to see what else we can get at this market.
That's smart.
Clothing. So how much would something like this be? Kitna? $3.50. Nike shoes, $3. So at this point, we've got a handful of very inexpensive gadgets and one suspiciously affordable.
Hold on a minute. Go back to that pair of shoes.
It will confirm the payment so that he knows that I have paid.
That is such a good system. India. I want to see what else we can get at this market. A lot of clothing. So how much would something like this be? Kitna? $3.50.
So these are $3. Like, bro, these look, obviously the quality can be different, but they look the exact same as a store-bought shoe from anywhere. Like, for $300, but you get it for $3. Like, a bargain.
Nike shoes.
Give me that.
$3. So at this point, we've got a handful of very inexpensive gadgets and one suspiciously affordable pair of trainers. I also want to make sure that while we're here, we pick up
Suspiciously.
some higher ticket items. Okay, so yeah, Dash 2. And then maybe also the projector. Spy cameras are a big thing here.
Yeah.
What is
Ooh.
This is apparently a handheld gaming console.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
It's $10. But this seems even better. The M8 Pro.
A smart box that you attach to a dumb TV.
And it's 10K Ultra HD.
10K.
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 You guarantee 10K.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Fine.
10K.
10K is actually referring to the number of games.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Now that is smart.
Yeah.
something
That's good business.
Rare to see now. Come, I'll show you. Straight away.
It's like Gora's favorite phone shop ever.
Will become yours favorite as well. Have a look at this.
Oh my goodness me. Endgame.
Ooh.
What am I looking at?
The old Nokia.
Or the iPhone. This is very interesting.
That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
Just
Call
like a small
recorder.
MagSafe power bank. No software, any call here.
Oh my goodness me. What?
Is it a PC?
So what do they do? Are they like indicators?
It can show you like these alien eyes or whatever, and then the app you have all the combinations here.
I just need a motorbike.
What?
Roti maker, made with pride in India. That's brilliant.
Make the dough, put a small amount in between, press it up, we're gonna spread it, cook it at the right temperatures, and give you this as an output.
Now I just need to learn how to make the dough. My mum will be so proud. This is what we came here for. That was cool, but we can't forget about the Indian high street stores. So we found the official Samsung store of
So it's a
place.
smart cafe. It's like a mini store for the experience.
What would be really cool to get is India exclusive phones. What's the most impressive?
M34 is the hot selling right now.
So this is an India exclusive phone, Samsung M34. We'll get an M34.
This is a multi-brand outlet from, let's say, Samsung to Xiaomi to Oppo to OnePlus to Realme.
What would be the most iconic like Indian phone?
Lava.
Lava. That's a good idea. Turns out, not a single shop seems to sell this Indian-made lava phone.
Oh.
It's exclusively online to be able to make it as affordable as it can be.
Okay.
There must be some string we can pull.
So I'll get you a lava because it's actually like Super AMOLED curved screen. Let me pull that string.
He's gonna pull the string?
Would be
Mazedar.
Majedar. That was absolutely crazy.
So time to raise the bar. How about we use an app to shop? We can actually shop smartphones, not delivered to you like in a week's time, but in fact under 10 minutes. It's called Blinkit.
10 minutes?
Blinkit, you have it.
Oh my goodness me. That basically sounds like a superpower. An app that allows
Alrighty
you to
now.
order basically any
Is this an ad or something? Should we skip over this sponsored ad, or I don't know if this is an ad or what's going on. Alright, let's just let it play. Hopefully, alright.
anything you want to wherever you are in minutes. I think we have to test it. Let's get some tech.
Alrighty.
Phone's coming to you in 8 minutes.
How is that possible?
We don't even have an address right now.
Yeah.
They're called the Air Dopes.
The Air
Foot
Dopes.
massager.
You can get an actual massage delivered to you.
Ooh.
For services, we have Urban Company. It's like, let's say you want a haircut in the next 2 hours. You can book that.
So as
Oh,
well as the
what?
Blinkit app, which is all about getting
Nah, this is a
quickly,
W
this
app.
Urban Company app covers your services. You know, this is one of the coolest things about
That's a cool
because
app.
Development has happened later here than many other countries. Most of the population's first computer was actually a smartphone, which means that everything here can run based on apps that factor in that the entire population is using a single platform. It's incredibly streamlined. So they
Pretty
can
cool.
repair your house.
They can even repair your car.
let's just do it. Book myself a shoulder massage.
A massage in the middle of the street?
It's definitely need that.
Yo, no way.
Cannot believe it.
No way.
Shop massage. This insane merger of past and future.
Nah.
Massage.
That is cool.
All thanks to this beautiful little bit of kit here.
I think the best shopping experience, you know?
Yeah, because you don't even need to do anything. Yeah.
Bro.
It's testing time, so let's go roughly from least expensive to most expensive. Oh, and also, Technical Guruji gifted me this. He said it's a folding iPhone, so we'll get to that when we test the rest of the phones. But let's start with the accessories. So our $1.50 official iPhone case.
Oh, solid.
$3.50 official Nike shoes.
They look good.
Case. And shoes.
Hey.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Case. You can see the seam a little bit more than on an official Apple case, but it feels really soft. It has that same rigidity that the real Apple silicone cases do. It has the felt interior and even the engraving. I mean,
Wow.
Roughed up over time, but
Yeah.
again, this is what our official Apple case looks like after a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say straight 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a W.
Shoes are, well, definitely too small. I'm really wanting to make a sale. They just told me that the shoes will work for me.
They'll work.
Come to realize does not mean they are your size. But apart from that, the quality and the finish is well beyond what I
Like
was
an 8?
Like, even if you took off the fake Nike logo, you still can't get shoes that look like this in the UK or US for less than $4.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are they comfortable? These should not be comfortable, but they are. Honestly, I feel like you could just get a decent pair of insoles, slap them in, tell your friends you spent 20 times as much on your shoes as you actually did, and they would believe you. And while we're on the accessorizing train, I did find this call recorder thing absolutely fascinating. So
What is that?
iPhones have no inbuilt ability to record a phone call. I guess Apple sees it as a privacy risk. India does not seem as concerned.
You just put that on the back?
Private phone call now, or at least what Drisha thinks is a private phone call. Hello. What is your deepest, darkest secret? You didn't. Obviously, this thing records my voice because I'm speaking directly into it. But for it to record the other person's voice, even if your phone is not on loudspeaker, it takes in the vibrations that their voice creates in your phone and uses a level of processing that reconverts those vibrations back into a voice that you can play out loud. Let's see if it works. It says the file was recorded on the 1st of January 1970. What's your deepest, darkest secret?
No question. The simplest just us. Pick up your first number.
What?
No idea. I was recording.
Wow.
Like, it's not the clearest sound I've ever heard, but given that it's converting audio that you wouldn't otherwise even be able to hear, that's actually alarmingly good.
Yeah, yo.
It's done through this.
What sort of job or what sort of twisted idea do you need to buy one of those though? Like, why do you need to record a call unless you're like trying to expose something? But it's like, oh no, now I've got to reconsider sometimes when you're on the phone. Oh no.
$1.50 iPhone case, which no doubt did not help the connection. Let's just hope Milo doesn't catch wind.
Look at the cat. Oh,
Really impressing me so far. But
that'd be pretty cool, actually.
It's probably where we're going to get the clearest idea of just how the value for money stacks up, because we have a lot of reference points. So this is basically the absolute cheapest Bluetooth speaker I've ever laid my hands on.
We're going to put anything in use but quote. Bluetooth
At least we know volume's not going to be an issue. Okay, that's a lot better than I was expecting it to be. It's a little bit muffled, but very loud and very functional. You know, like when a friend says,
jam that music.
Speaker with you to the park so we can have a big barbecue or a dance. This very much does that. And because it's $7, you can have that without the possessiveness that comes with a product you might have spent.
Yeah, facts.
So, I am in that.
That's cool.
It's even got rubber feet at the bottom, and it's well connected.
Rubber feet?
Input. You've got USB, you've got SD card.
On and off?
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth?
I would go as far as to say that for what it is, this is a 9.5.
Whoa.
Now on to what should be an even more impressive audio.
Yo, these are cool.
The Air Dopes.
Nah.
You're definitely losing yourself at least half a point for calling yourself the Air Dopes.
No. That the Air Dopes. And the fact they're in a custom Superman case, that's what I'm talking about. You can't even get that with an Apple pair.
This doesn't feel good.
Oh, no.
The colours look really muted.
It looks cool.
The logo's off center. The hinge is a little loose. The actual construction too, pretty rough around the edges. And then to finish it off, and I have noticed this on a few products out here, is that it comes out of the box with scuffs. Maybe the factories here, they aren't as careful as they should be. Or maybe the packaging wasn't secure enough, so during transit it's constantly getting scraped by the cable that also comes in the box.
Oh,
Whatever the
possibly.
reason, it just feels like I bought a pre-owned product. Now, of course, making, packing, and shipping a pair of true wireless earphones for $10 in total,
Yeah.
that is a really tall order. And you feel that stretch here. But if they work well and
Yeah.
they sound good,
Let's see.
I'll be impressed.
Here we
So
go.
opening them up does auto pair to your phone. Good start.
Okay.
What? The sound is in complete contrast to the rest of the construction. It's crisp, it's clear. It's no DVLA, but I've also used plenty of $30, $50 earphones that don't sound as good as this, which is enough, I would say, to give them a 7.
A 7?
At
Okay.
the same time, though, for every person who buys a pair of Air Dopes, there's also going to be someone who really wants to feel like they have the real thing. And that is what this is for. I mean, the packaging is not the most convincing. It's very much giving off an we have Apple at home kind of vibe. But the hardware is shockingly realistic for the price. Why does it sound like I just walked into a convenience store? Oh, okay.
Is that the sound it
It's up in
made?
the exact same way as real AirPods. It actually comes up as AirPods Pro 2. And so far, I am blown away.
They look
by
real.
this. Because remember, it's much harder to make a good pair of fake earphones than it is to just make the best pair of earphones you can for the money. Because you're building around an existing set of constraints. Those fit, I want to say, better than my real ones. They don't have any active noise cancellation, so we have been lied to, but the passive noise cancellation, because of how well they fit,
Wow.
a lot better than you would expect for $15. They even have the official Apple connection sound. I see where the compromise is. So, do you remember when Beats by Dre first became really popular, and actual audiophiles were very upset because while they claimed to be the real way to listen to music, they were actually just smacking people around the face with bass. Yeah, so this is kind of like that, but times 5, and at the complete cost of the rest of the sound. There is definitely a type of person for whom that would be considered good sound, but universally speaking, that does kind of kill it for me.
Probably a type
instead
of
giving
music.
this something like a 9 out of 10, I'm going to settle on a 7.
Yeah, it's pretty
What's kind
solid.
of crazy to me, though, is that because the baseline products here in India are so cheap, it creates the space for actually good quality mid-range products for still less than $20, like this one from Bose. And I say good quality with almost no catch. This feels really weighty, high-end, not actually dissimilar from those Jawbone speakers that used to be really popular, and, you know, $100 plus.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is our massage. Hi.
Your massage?
Thank you.
What?
Oh my goodness, that's actually the perfect time to get some.
Yo, no way.
Power on. You plugged into Nirvana.
Ooh, that sounds good. Like a definite step up from the soundbar speaker we tested earlier. And also, it's got to a level where it's a very comfortable base level audio experience where nothing feels particularly missing, but also
All right.
one part of the music is overpowering the other. The only two catches, I would say, are that one, while it does look like a 360-degree speaker, the sound does in fact only come out of one way.
Oh,
Also,
really?
I can see a tiny bit of paint having been scraped off, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is just because the shopkeepers are so liberal with taking it out of the box and demoing it to every single person they show it to. It's getting places that no massage I've had.
Oh, that was funny.
Overall, you just don't get value like this in a typical British or American store. 8 out of 10. One trend I have noticed while I'm
Ooh,
shopping in
what's
India,
that?
more so than anywhere else in the
A
world,
dash?
is people love their all-in-one
The
products.
karaoke.
They want to buy a speaker, for example, but they also want that speaker to be their one-stop shop for all their tech needs. And
Yeah.
this karaoke mic is a pretty good example of that. So for starters, it's a wireless karaoke mic that you can sing into. But it's also a voice recorder, a voice changer, a nightlight. And it's all
Ooh.
topped off with a 10-watt speaker that's not just how your voice is projected out, but also how you hear the music that you're karaokeing to. Oh, and you can also choose whether you want to use the headphone jack or Bluetooth or even the radio as an input. That's interesting, just jamming along to whatever tunes are on the radio. That's quite a lot of stuff for what we negotiated down to $30. So the only copyright-free song I can actually sing along to is Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The massagist, he's thinking like, what on earth have I gotten myself into here? Like, I better be getting a tip or something to be involved in this video, or what's going. If he doesn't know who this guy is, he'd be thinking, I've got to leave ASAP.
Right here. This is one of the weirdest videos we have ever done.
While getting a massage. Nice.
Also, this supposedly has the option to, in real time, be able to use artificial intelligence to strip the actual vocals from the song you're listening to so that you can just have the instrumental in the background.
What?
Let's try it.
How?
So this is the original song.
Voice transferring.
Oh my god. That is an actually insane feature
That
to
is-
have on a karaoke mic.
That is pretty cool.
I'm going to go as far as to say
That's an 8.
10 out of 10.
10?
DJ thingy as well. Thank you so much.
He said, let me leave.
The one I would actually say I'm most intrigued by is this set of Digitech wireless microphones. Now, I do realise that a microphone review doesn't sound like a party to most people, but as a creator, I use something exactly like this all the time.
Ooh.
You see this thing? This is the DJI Mic 2. It comes in a charging case, like these Digitechs. It has 2 microphones, like the Digitech, so you can stick one in a friend you're collabing with or interviewing, except this is $350. It is 10 times the price of the Digitech.
God.
So, you've been hearing this whole video
If it
what the audio
works.
sounds like on the DJI mic. This is what it sounds like on the Digitech. There's a difference. There is definitely a difference.
Yeah.
But probably not as big as you'd expect
Yeah.
it to be. Now, of course, yeah,
Nah, for real, like that sound quality, if you were a new creator and you were trying to make like YouTube shorts or just even short videos with that sort of microphone, that's definitely like good enough quality to use. Obviously, if you've been around my channel long enough, you know that I never even used to use a microphone. I used to use the microphone that was inbuilt to my laptop in the camera. So like you can, you know, if you want to make content, just do it. Even if you don't think you have the good quality and the good equipment, just start, just do it, and you'll gradually get your way there. Yeah.
the DJI
Any advice
does
if you
also
want?
have big batteries and some nice quality of life improvements, like a vibration motor to let you know that it's recording. But
Oh, what?
With this kind of price gap,
That's cool.
It's really cool to see how this company has still made it work. How they've managed to cram all of those essential features into a package that does still do the same job. And even though I'm sure DJI could make something like this, a simpler version of their existing microphones
For
like
$30,
$50
like-
that retain the same audio
Yeah.
quality but lose a lot of the additional extra features, of course, they choose not to. Because when something like this exists, it's of course going to cannibalize a lot of sales from something like this. That kind of dilemma does not really exist in India, which is quite freeing. 8 out of 10. This one's fun. I want to make this a tradition.
The roti
So
maker.
Whenever we go to a different country to make one of these buying tech videos, we get one piece of tech that helps us make a local food. In Japan, we did rice cookers. In India, we're doing rotis. Now I just need to get the stuff to make the dough.
Order it.
Kit.
Yeah, there it is. Yes, sir.
Awesome, this service.
He was going to do
Makes
that.
the UK look backwards.
Yeah,
So,
for real.
While that stuff arrives, in 7 minutes, by the way.
Damn.
Let's test some watches. It's actually got the hand doing the gesture on the box, which is one of the headline features of the real Series 9.
Oh, that's cool. What the heck?
Sophistication required for a watch to be able to pick up your hand gestures. Surely this $15 fake isn't going to do that. Impressively
Nah.
realistic presentation.
If it does, I'll be shocked.
How? I mean, yeah, the box was impressive, but I thought the second I turn this thing on, I'm just going to burst into a laugh, but I'm kind of in shock right now. So, bearing in mind that this is a $15 watch, by the way, it comes with not one, but
7
sets of
Oh, no.
straps. And these straps are, I'm not even exaggerating when I say indistinguishable. I cannot tell the difference in quality between this and the real Apple strap. It feels exactly the same plush feel, the same stitching quality.
looks the
It's
same.
embarrassing for Apple, to be honest.
Wow.
Just for the lols, let's swap out Apple's real one.
See if you
for
feel
this
it.
one.
Yeah.
This is going to be my new strap. So that one slides out, and the new one slips in. It's even locked in place using the exact same mechanism. And tighten. That is actually such a joke.
That's crazy.
But it's not just that. This body is actually made of metal and glass. And you see this crown? It cycles through all the iconic official Apple Watch faces. Some do look a bit rough, admittedly. But what's shocking me the most is the quality of the screen. I don't know how, but it genuinely looks like an OLED display with this level of contrast. And because of it, it achieves the exact same screen melting over the sides look as the real one. Oh yeah, and it even charges wirelessly and magnetically and comes with the charger to be able to do that.
Bro.
You know, there's a saying when you're out here in India, a saying that means to to make existing things work at all costs, or to make new things but with limited resources. It's called jugaad. And I just feel like we're seeing it through and through
That's
many of these products we're
cool.
testing. Just a real scrappiness and a desire to make the best thing that you can.
Yeah.
And then also to sell it at whatever price you have to. Oh, and then to top the whole thing off, fake Apple rings to track your fake steps. Oh, I got an idea. So here's the plan. Real Apple Watch, fake Apple Watch.
Cool.
Steps, and we'll see which one step counter is more accurate.
All right.
Let's go. 100.
100?
So the real watch has calculated that as 112, which is surprisingly not accurate. The fake has calculated it as 35. Right.
Yeah, well, hold on. There is your official answer. Now, look, I've never had a watch. Like, I've had a watch, but I've never had, like, a smartphone watch, like an Apple Watch or those sort of that we're looking at now where you can tap on it and use a screen. So if anyone has one of those and you recommend that it's worth it, let me know. Because they are pretty cool to have, like, a little phone on your wrist. Like, seems pretty clutch, but... yeah, the fact that it does everything that the other one does for a different price, but except for obviously a few of the features, like, let's be honest, are you buying the watch to count your steps? Probably not. So that's a big W in my opinion.
So don't use it as a fitness tracker.
Exactly.
Surprisingly realistic.
Yeah, that's cool.
A real Apple Watch that does tell the right time.
8.
9 out of 10.
Ooh, okay.
And then, if the $15 Apple Watch Series 9 wasn't already ridiculous,
My drink bottle?
how
Hold
about
on.
the $18 Apple Watch Ultra, which, forget 1 band or 2 bands, comes with 7. 7 bands. If you were to shop on the official Apple Store, that would cost you like $350. We have effectively paid
What have we come to?
5. It looks like the watch is running the same software as the Series 9, but completely new set of watch faces.
Oh, that one's
taking
cool.
in how they've basically recreated every single app that comes with it.
That's so funny.
Down to their own versions of the workout regimens and breathing exercises.
Mm.
No.
No?
It's even got a blood oxygen app.
What?
The whole blood oxygen thing that Apple themselves were blocked from using because of that lawsuit from the company who said they copied their tech. This has the blood oxygen app. So if we enter the app,
How do you use it?
actually flashing at the bottom. Surely. I don't know how
Nah.
we can know for sure. Let's try running the test while it's on a table. So running. Oh, never mind. It is still a very
Maybe not.
value product for someone who just wants a watch.
Yeah.
Oh, and a strap for every single outfit they own.
Every
Slightly
colour.
different vein then, you got that spy watch.
A spy
It came
watch.
to me when out shopping that spy cameras in general are a big thing in India, and it's super interesting how they work.
What?
You look at this watch. If you didn't know what it was,
Nah, it's
then,
cool.
Unless you were Inspector Clouseau in another life, there's no way you would just assume it was anything but a watch. It tells the time like normal. It's got chunky metal construction, but I've been using it to secretly record this entire conversation. And for me, actually, the most surprising part of it is how decent the quality is.
That's,
Like,
bro. Nah. The fact that this little watch that he bought from a random store, and he's trying to get a budget item, but when my laptop, which, cost a little bit of money, has a worse camera than this guy on a little watch. This is crazy. Bro, why is the quality so good?
The audio, considering how tiny the video
That's what I mean.
microphone are, very usable.
Bro, that is...
There's actually one more
That's
thing to this.
good.
If you look closely, you'll be able to see 3 LEDs in a triangle around this watch face.
Oh.
Those are infrared lights, which means that this watch camera can see in all lighting conditions,
yeah,
even
at
if
night.
it's black. You try and show
Nah, that is so cool.
see
If
how
this
that
works
turned
at night-
out. Oh, and you know how they've hidden the USB port? So if you keep rotating the crown on one side, it comes out to reveal it.
Oh,
It's such a tight fit. It's almost
nah.
like engineering. It might be weird bringing you ready for the battle with me, but this is a particularly dark room right now. I can barely see anything. No gaming credit. Wow, that is cool. I can see this being a part of
Bro, is this James Bond or something? Like, that is my favourite one so far. I don't know why I'm so far away from my setup, but I'm in shock. Like, that is my favourite one. That is sneaky as.
proper surveillance.
Yo. The fact it works at night as well is magical.
So roti ingredients are all here. So a traditional Indian roti you can actually make with just 2 ingredients, flour and water.
Oh,
So
really?
just form a mound of flour, pour a little bit of water on, get your hands dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Mash them together with your hands and you get your dough. And as soon as you have your little dough ball, if you want to, you can put a little bit of oil on there. This is what my mum does. I asked her. Moment of truth. Open it.
Oh.
Can we just close my problems? Yay!
Ooh.
It's a dark-looking roti. It's the one classic thing that happens when you're cooking rotis is they puff up as air starts to enter on the inside. Pretty impressively non-stick surface. Then, what takes this from practical to treat
Bit of ghee.
is ghee, which is essentially
Yeah.
heated and clarified butter. God, look at this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
may have put a little too much on there. Let's load you up. Good-looking bit of roti.
Is it
It's a
crunchy?
little bit crispy on the outside,
That's good. That's what you want.
soft, chewy on the inside, but very buttery all around.
Yum.
I can actually eat a lot of that. Give me like 5 minutes.
He's going to make 3 more.
Now, just before we get to the phones, which is definitely the thing I'm most curious about, given that India has its own entire mobile subclimate, I think it's time to make an India-style TV setup. Okay, let's do the next few
The
together.
Chromecast?
So, the Chromecast is not super convincing based on how it's packaged. It feels cheap and light and, well, knockoff, because it is. But like a streaming device at $8, I can kind of see how that's possible. But a handheld gaming console at the $10 we bought it for is almost confusing to me. Like $10 for a screen, a chipset, controls, battery, speakers. Who's making money from this? We've got the foot massager.
You probably just
which,
broke
while
it doing
my eyes are
that.
gaming is what my feet get to experience. And that poor guy who manually cycled this thing to us. The thing was enormous. He could have probably done with it the most. Then we got the home console, the M8 Pro, which is significantly more expensive than the handheld. Although, unlike the foot massager, looks pretty modest in terms of what it's going to be able to run. And then what I'm banking on really being able to take all of this to the next level is the Beam 440 projector, which we paid $78 for. I'm kind of blown away right now. This projector, for example, is not just a projector. It's an Android TV box, so Netflix, Amazon Prime,
Oh.
YouTube, all of that, not
Really?
a problem. It's got a 3-watt speaker built inside of it, but also, look at this stand. You can rotate to any angle. I thought it was 180 degrees. It's not. It's actually 270, because you can even shoot down. But the most impressive part of it is, look how quickly the image corrects itself. It doesn't matter what angle I'm shooting at the wall from, it's basically 100% distortion-free. It kind of reminds me of Samsung's Freestar projector. And yeah, that thing had a 1080p image, this is 720p, but that was $900. This is less than 80. It's a product that really embodies that whole Jugaad mentality. Like, wherever you have space, stick it down.
That's what I mean.
Make it work. So, to me, it feels like a strong 9.
Like, I want one of these. Like, imagine you can... Because we all have that problem, right? Like, when you're sitting in bed or you're laying somewhere and you want to watch TV, but you don't want to move your neck a certain way. Like, it sounds really, sounds real, really selfish, but it's like, I wish that I could just point the TV on the roof so I could just lay in bed and look directly at the ceiling and watch TV. You could do that with this. You just put it next to you and point it at the roof. Bro, can I get one of these? I actually need one of these.
The Chromecast is not as good news, sadly.
Oh, no.
See, like a real Chromecast, which would be $30 or so, it can turn your non-smart TV into a smart TV by allowing you to, at any point in time, stream directly from your phone. But, unlike a real Chromecast, there is constant flicker. And by flicker, I don't mean something that's mildly annoying. It's dysfunctional. It just keeps turning on and off,
Yeah.
and no matter how many hours we pour into trying to fix it, it is wasted. It's
Damn
starting
it.
to become pretty clear that this is a fundamental hardware issue.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the lottery you play when you buy things that are a lot cheaper than you expect them to be.
That's probably the first one.
Number 10.
Yeah.
What about the console, though? Well, it's got this absolutely awesome intro, featuring the likes of fake Mario, fake Luigi, and fake Donkey Kong. So when you get it, you've got a fairly janky-looking home interface, but go into the game section, and this is kind of game of paradise, to be honest. This tiny little box is effectively promising you the ability to play games from any console up until the PlayStation 2, including really difficult ones to emulate like the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation Portable. Now that is a very exciting prospect to me. It's just, it seems like they forgot to, actually put the games on here.
No!
The same console. Theirs just works.
Oh, Mortal
I
Kombat.
think I'm going crazy. I mean, the packaging even says built-in 10,000 plus games. So, unless the very definition of built-in is something different around here, we have been lied to. So I can't really give this one a rating. It does make me think, though. We went to the full-on tech district in the middle of Delhi, and I didn't see a single PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. I don't think gaming consoles here are nearly as much of a thing as they are in the West. I guess in the West, many people just take it for granted that, yeah, me and my entire group of friends can all afford to pay $500 for a console and $70 for a game.
Yeah,
you can do a
for real.
lot with that kind of money here. And a lot of people need to do a lot with that kind of money here. So I assume that's why it's not picked up in the same way. And so it does feel...
Hey, this should be my last pause of the video, but 100% agreed on that. Like, people, especially, I don't know if Australia is considered Western. I don't even know what that really means technically, but like USA, London, UK, whatever, all of those, big countries that, whatever, right? That have all those consoles, but like they're so expensive. Like in Australia, the new PS5, which came out like 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, is still 750 Australian dollars. Like, bro, I would, do you know how much I can do for that money? Like, I am not spending that much on a console when I know that I need, bills to pay or food to eat. It's like, come on, sometimes you do have to use your money for better things. Let's be real.
I feel like the majority of gamers in India are mobile games. Jugaad.
Yeah, I'm a big mobile gamer.
Already paid for instead of buying a completely separate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but there is good news too. Like, my feet feel slipping fantastic. I was a little scared when I saw the $45 or so price tag of this thing, but having used it now, I can completely see why.
Worth it.
The thing's got proper pressure. It
Oh,
really
yeah.
gets in there. It's not the most plush or comfortable massager money can buy. Like, you can absolutely tell that this isn't the Royal Foot Service at 10,000, but it absolutely does put the work in. I'll probably leave this one with the people who work here, but we should definitely think about getting one of these back home.
That's cool.
And also, look at this. Removable covers, which makes a lot of sense because you're probably going to want to watch them every now and again. And then for this handheld console, everything is quite light and cheap, but that's fine. I completely expected that. So at the start menu, you can either click Chinese or English. Interestingly, not Hindi. It's basically 520 old-school retro games wherever you go. So if I click Street Fighter 2010, for example, it's actually really good. Like, yeah, the thing's plasticky, but it's comfortable. The controls are really responsive. The speakers are pretty good, and the screen is everything you need to get an authentic
10 out of 10.
experience. Wait. Angry.
That is a 10
It's like
out of 10.
completely reprogrammed what was originally designed to be a smartphone game into something that was made for a console 40 years ago. I mean, it kind of works, but it's really bad. This is definitely Angry Birds.
No, it's a 10.
It's so rigid and basic. But I'm kind of impressed.
That I am. I'm
To
impressed.
top the whole thing off, they are also promising 6 to 7 hours of battery life, which is plausible. I've already run it for 3 the other day, and it was smooth sailing. That's got to be an 8.5.
That's a 10,
Because of
bro.
How bonkers it is that you
That's-
can have 520 video games.
It's got a
plus
screen.
A console designed to play them on
Yeah.
for less than the price.
It's on the controller.
Ramping up
Nah,
to some
that
of the
is-
most expensive items we got.
that's
from
so
the
cool.
$100 smart backpack. Oh wow, this.
It's like a
is
turtle
impressive.
shell.
I do always love the look of these hard shell backpacks. They feel so precise and meticulous.
I'm a
but
turtle.
I'm not sold on the practicality. I just feel like the fact that they're so rigid in shape means they're naturally going to be less flexible to whatever you want to carry in the moment. But alas, this is no ordinary backpack. It needs power. So let's get our transparent power bank out. By the way, it does feel like a massive bargain, because this is the main power bank I use. 25,600 milliamp hours, but it's $200. This, 20,000 milliamp hours, which is less, but we paid $27. So there's a micro dot display, which shows you battery percentage, LEDs too. Oh, and there's levels of brightness. That's quite a bit brighter actually than a phone flashlight. The only catch is it's not the fastest charging. This is not going to be able to charge a laptop like this can, but it can charge a phone, or in our case, a backpack. So power bank goes in here.
That's crazy.
Yes, we have power. Why am I so excited about a backpack? This is an unexpectedly slick app. Oh, that is interesting. So if I tap on one of these sets of eyes, my bag looks like it's trying to kill me. That's not a bad way of keeping people away from your
That's
property. I'm actually quite
nuts.
impressed with the quality of animation. Like, some of these actually seem to be running at a full 60 frames per second. You've got eyes that animate, you can change the shape of the eye. Oh, you've got eyes
Ooh.
that indicate. That's actually useful.
Imagine-
I mean, I
yeah.
don't imagine most people that are buying a bag like this are doing it for safety, but just the nature of having LEDs on your back is going to increase your visibility on the road. Ooh, I've just found a new menu that's got hundreds Oh, and it's even got ones that pass through from one side of the screen to the other, as if it's one...
Oh, nah, that is cool.
Ah, you can make your own. Okay.
Oh, you can upload a photo?
Oh, yes. Perfect backpack does not exist.
Bro, what is that?
Doctor is just shaking his head disapprovingly behind the camera.
Good lord.
Imogen too, but now
That is-
his eyes are like a mile apart.
Bro, imagine wearing that.
We have fun. Okay, this was a lot better than I was expecting.
Hey, just on that bag, by the way, like, don't get me wrong, it's cool, it's awesome, like, it's a little fun, gadgety bag, but, like, are you really going outside and putting this on your back every day, going to school, going to work, with, like, a turtle shell on your back? I think it probably needs some, like, smoother design, but, bro, the fact that it can do all that cool stuff is pretty cool, and if I seen that in a dark, at night, someone's wearing the eyes on their back, I'm going the other way. So for that reasoning,
any backpack
it's good.
requires a constant power bank inside to keep it going. It's not really going to get past the novelty stage.
Damn it.
On to the first thing with this apparent folding iPhone made by the company
Folding iPhone.
Snexian, which, hey, to be fair, is actually a bit of a looker. Oh, okay. This is not what I was expecting.
Yo!
What I was expecting, but I was not expecting this. It's actually a feature phone with some...
No way. I was not expecting it to be like the number phone, like the button phone. I was expecting it to be like a smooth, LED iPhone, Samsung screen. That caught me off guard.
Pretty inconsistent backlighting behind the keypad. Screen that doesn't seem properly aligned.
No.
So if I click this button, for example, radio. When notifications come in,
Well, that's cool.
lights up your social media logos, which is quite amusing.
That's kinda
There's
cool.
Absolutely no way this thing is running Twitter.
Nah.
Got a headphone jack, USB-C port. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like a massive torch.
Ooh.
Wow, that is exceptionally bright. I guess with most modern smartphones, it doesn't make any sense to put a torch on top because it's also going to double as your flash for your camera. But given that this phone doesn't really have to worry about that, it's actually quite practical having a flash up here.
Yeah.
It gives it space to make it extremely powerful.
Like a torch.
I still can't see properly. I wonder if you have any games on this thing. I feel like a bit of classic Snake right now would really
Oh,
hit
that
this
would
one.
hit.
Okay, it's got one game, and that game is F1. Yeah, guys, this is actually the new portable PlayStation 5.
With
Wow.
F1.
I mean, it's kind of
Oh,
adorable in its own unique way.
my God.
I'm not about to start shouting Snexy from the rooftops, but this actually isn't terrible value for someone who wants a decent feature phone with a form factor that's going to attract a lot of
5? Yeah,
But
that's
thankfully, we
about
do
it.
have two proper smartphones. The first is an India-only variant.
M34.
Samsung. The second by an actual India-founded and run company. So let's start with the Samsung. This is the Galaxy M34, and I actually really like the core fundamentals. Like, it's well-rounded, it's comfortable to
Looks
hold,
pretty good.
it's inoffensive for the most part. I wouldn't call it much of a looker from the front with its beefy bezel and notch, but I would go as far as to say that the back is pretty. Here's my
That's
beef with
sexy.
it, though. The bloatware situation here is perfect. Like, the moment I first connected to internet, it just started freely downloading banking apps and games.
Oh,
that
no.
I've no doubt Samsung India is getting a kickback from. There's an entire homepage widget that's literally just a rotating advert.
Oh,
It's not
what
hard
the
to
heck?
think of, but the concept is pretty scary.
That's
There's actually
crazy.
So much advertising here that it makes me angry.
Yeah.
Like, every single time you just lock and unlock it, there's a new lock screen, and each lock screen is a link to a different
Nah.
article, with each one having a new advert literally every 8 centimeters.
No,
as you
thanks.
Scroll. Now, if you look past that, then performance and cameras do seem pretty strong for the price.
That would annoy
One
ya.
thing that I do really like about Indian geared phones is they seem to go hard on battery. Like, this thing has a 6,000 milliamp hour capacity. I wonder if that's because India is such a spec-focused market, and battery is one of the easiest, cheapest specs to upgrade. Either way, 6 out of 10. Here's what I would
Yeah.
call the hero product.
The Lava.
This is the Lava Agni 2,
Ooh.
and it's an Indian phone through and through. And this is what I was hoping to see. We paid $200 for this phone. $200, you would expect to get you a pretty noticeably cut back from flagship experience. But look at this. This is a 120Hz HDR10 Plus AMOLED display. It is easily the best screen I've ever seen for this money. The back of the phone very much feels like the high-quality frosted glass that
Yeah,
you get on
it looks
flagships. And the software is very close to stock Android 13. This thing's giving me major Google Pixel energy and
Okay.
almost no bloatware, which after the last phone is a nice change of pace. As for the camera, Let's test it. So, while we've been here in India, obviously videos can't stop. We've still got to post on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and importantly in this case, TikTok. TikTok's banned in India. It'll just say you have no internet connection if you try and use it. And so this is yet another one of those cases whereby using Surfshark VPN, which redirects your internet traffic to trick sites into thinking you're someone and somewhere else, saves the day. I already use Surfshark all the time, whether it's to watch TV shows that I wouldn't have been able to watch.
Alrighty, now shout out to the ad. This is an ad by the looks of it, and we are at the end of the video, so let's just run it. Let it go.
Anxiety from joining what appears to be a pretty dodgy Wi-Fi connection, but the craziest part of it is that it's barely cost me anything. See, with the code BOSS, Surfshark is less than $3 a month.
Alrighty now. Hey, that is going to cap us off. It looks like, I don't know what he's doing at the end here. I don't know if, are we going to get an outro or... Alright, this is our outro. Shout out to the great man. Original link in the description. I had a lot of fun with this video. This was a really good reaction, but yeah, I do like my tech stuff. You know, those are the sort of videos I watch in my free time, of phone reviews, laptop reviews. Just, I don't know, it's something about it which I've always been pretty interested in. But hey, comment down below if you haven't, what phone you're using currently, what tech you got, what's your, you know, pride and joy possession. Let me know. But hey, I hope we all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everyone in the next one.